Poughkeepsie, New York, my origins, where I'm from.
High school buddies.
Dude, you weren't even lifting when I was living there.
Zero lifting experience. I was skateboarding. That was
Yeah,
it.
I remember being like pleasantly surprised when you started like picking up the barbell.
I remember like some of the first times you were like, whenever you're ready, bro, talk to me. We can
Dude,
have some
I was
conversation.
reluctant to talk to anybody from back home because I always remember myself as being an asshole like back in the day.
I don't remember ever. I've never received you like that. I always knew, like, I knew your brother. You
He
like,
was
I
just in
never.
town. He bought me this shirt.
No way.
Yeah,
Otto, he's doing good.
he's fucking great.
And like, like seeing how you're doing now, it's nice to see the homies that you don't really talk to anymore to see what they're doing
Yeah,
now and how
yeah.
they're doing. They're thriving. You're thriving, bro. You're thriving.
You know, this is probably the happiest I've ever been in my life. I'll be real with you.
Yes. Yes, dude. And yeah, that makes me feel so much better because hearing that alone, it just like I'm an empath. I feel for a lot of things and hearing that is just great. It's just great,
Yeah,
dude.
I attribute it all to my wife and her family, man. Is like it's been such a fucking game changer. Like, cause like my family's fucked up, and like I grew up kind of like disassociated with everybody, like kind of like not really being very close to anyone
The
because my family
outside.
wasn't very close. And my wife's family, she's European, and everybody's so fucking tight knit and close. And then it's given me so much solace, man. It's given me so much peace. Like I will tell you this is like my brothers are fucking jealous because like on my birthday, my father-in-law like did a fucking barbecue for me. And like they all showed up and like sang for me. And like I was like at the point like I'm getting emotional now just saying it. Like, it was like
That's how it
I'm
should
at
be,
the point
man.
in tears to like I have these people who love the shit out of me and I don't have to perform for them. I don't have to be anything other than my fucking self. And it was so like it's been so transformative to have that because everything is a mental piece. And when I used to train back in Poughkeepsie, I was training out of like spite and rage, and it was like more like fuck everybody.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
don't get me
be
wrong. Sometimes that works, but at the same time, it really doesn't get you anywhere. Yeah, it gets you somewhere physically,
well. It's
but at the
also
same
how I got
time,
injured, man. It's how I ruptured my left pec.
when you leave the gym, it kind of just all comes shuffling back in. And like we were talking about before we went live, that you're in a better mental state, your training's better, your eating habits are like everything's better when you find somebody that's supportive and all that good shit, the happy stuff. Bro, training is like you're more grateful for it in a way.
I'm very grateful to train, dude. And like I just recently was this dumbass. I was putting together a program, and so like I had to feel out every movement on the program. So I trained 7 days in a row. And on the seventh day, I like tweaked my right pec, and I was like, "Serves you right, serves you right,
Yep.
motherfucker." And my wife said, "Did you get injured? Did you realize?" Like, no, 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 no. I've done this many times. It's just a boo boo.
When you tweak something like me,
Yeah, yeah,
especially, I've been lifting now for going on 7 years consistently. And yeah, you know the difference between like a tweak, a twinge, a twist,
yeah. Like
like
I can
you
still
know the
flex it. It
differences.
feels fine. It's totally. I was like, if I'm bruising the next morning, we'll freak out. But you know,
Yeah, that's when you know, ooh, you did
dude,
something.
when I ruptured my pec, it was so bad.
I'm very grateful I've never had any serious injuries when it comes to lifting. I've had injuries outside of lifting. I tore both my ACLs, which kind
Yeah.
of like sucks kind of when I do leg day because when I do leg day, I kind of have to
I
in
would
a
love to
certain
take you
sense.
through a leg day. I'm
I would
like the
love
leg
to.
day guy.
I would love to. Yeah. Oh, from the stuff that I've been seeing, dude, I
Yeah.
love the way that you train. And I tell people this all the time. Like, I'm not a personal trainer. I'm just a guy who loves to work out. And there's a difference, in my opinion, between working out and training,
Oh yeah,
if
100%.
that makes sense, right?
Yeah. Of course it
So,
does.
so like,
Training is so in Russian, there's no word for working out. There's only word for training because training has intent behind it.
yeah, working out means like you go to, in a sense, like you go. It's like social hour, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
you're going just to feel good, man.
Yeah, but
I
training,
don't
like,
train to feel good. I train to demolish myself. It feels good to demolish
yeah,
myself, but I'm there like with a mission. I'm like, I would be so happy if I don't walk tomorrow.
because we're different. We're different breeds of people. We're two sides of the spectrum, but we're different breeds. Like we go to bleed for that hour, hour and a half if, like, we're feeling you know what I mean? Like, "Oh, I got a little extra time. Let me spend that extra time at the gym just a little bit, just to"
Yeah, dude.
you know,
So
like
here's my thing now is like my training is so efficient now, and I almost get like fucking dumb tired by like 60, 75 minutes. I'm like, how the fuck do people train 2 hours? I would die. I would
no,
die.
because they're
There's
not
no way.
training. They're not training. Dude,
Dude,
if you
like when I post my leg press sets, like I asked myself during leg press sets, I'm like, if someone paid you $1,200, would you be able to do another one? And the answer is always no. Absolutely not.
no. No, 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 I trained, today with my buddies.
I saw that.
Well, yeah, dude, like, the level of camaraderie, it like, that's what I love about determined, like,
I can't do it, dude. I can't train with other people. I get
uh
like, I'm
uh,
too like locked in. I had a buddy I tried to train with, a nurse friend, and I kept having to like interrupt him to put my headphones back in. And I was like, Chase, I love you, but I
I
can't
have
train with you.
I feel the same way. I love to train by myself. Sometimes I'll go without headphones because I go to what I call the cycle room,
Yes.
and they're like, "How do you do it?" Like, you can't sit at my table. If you have to ask
You're
how I do
yeah,
it,
like I'll train without music all the time. I was like, I don't give a shit if fucking Spice Girls is on. I don't give a
dude,
fuck.
I have set PRs to "I Saw the Sign" by Ace of Base. Like, it doesn't matter in my head. Like, I
Dude,
go to
I'll
that
throw
room.
on if I'm feeling real diabolical, I'll throw on fucking classical.
Oh, what are you benching a Beethoven? Beethoven's
My
benches are
brother, so I did it. I did a video. I posted one video. Usually when I post a video of my training is what I'm actually listening to when I'm training. And my brother was like, dude, he's like, this is like you. Cause it was some kind of waltz or something. And I was training back and chest. And I'm like, you can see me fucking shaking through every rep. And he's
yeah,
like,
dude.
"Yeah, I know this is exactly what you're listening to." Because they just go to that, you just go to. I don't think it's a dark place anymore. I think it's a
No,
good
no, no, no,
place.
no, no. I just call it going to the psycho room because you gotta lock in.
Well,
When
here's
I
the thing.
go,
I don't think it's a psycho room. I think
I
it's
use that
I
term
think it's a
loosely. I
healthy
use
spot. I think
yeah,
if you don't have that, like where you need like everybody has energy, and if you don't have like an output for that energy, where the fuck does it go? And it usually goes into unproductive shit.
goes into the sitting on the couch, the anxiety of not knowing whether to dude, it goes into negative places. But when I say psycho, like I said, I use that term very loosely. Um I say it in the sense of like, oh man, you're a psycho for training that law or training that hard or doing this and doing that. Like I could never meal prep like that. You're a psycho for doing that. Like I'm a
Meal
psycho.
prep, I don't do, dude. I don't meal prep at all.
Well, when I say meal prep, I just make my food
Yeah,
for the week. Like there's no
I got to go into the food with you because here's my thing is I watch you eat and I'm like I got to get over like the fear of getting fat because like he eats the way he eats and he's not like and I watch you and I'm like dude, I got to get over this. Like I and a jam was telling me he's like dude, you're probably gonna have to eat like between 5 and 7,000 calories to gain weight. And like I'm so afraid of being like a fat fuck, having the big face
food,
and yeah,
food. Eat
it's
it,
so hard for me.
dude. Put a little sauce on it. Do what you got to do.
Dude, my maintenance right now, like my deficit is 3150.
I think I've had under 3,100 calories in so long because it's just been I eat, dude. I don't care.
See,
I
I got
love
a
it.
ridiculous appetite. I can eat and eat and eat and eat and eat till the cows come home. I've been asked to be a professional eater,
But you got
but
the governor on, dude. You got the governor
I'm
on.
always like, I don't want to get fat. I don't want to get fat.
Bro, the way you train, the way you move, the way you mentally operate, you're not gonna get fat. You're not gonna get fat.
I know. Someone said just go to 15,000 steps and stop doing cardio. And I'm like, I can't. I
What we were talking
can't.
about before, like on a good day, like at work and the gym, I'm averaging like 17,000 to 2,000 steps a day. So like that's why I only do cardio every couple
I
of
don't even think you
days.
need it.
I don't, man. I'm sitting around like 235, 240 right now. Semi lean.
Oh, really? You're that heavy. I'm like 40 pounds lighter than you.
How tall are you? 5'11"?
Yeah.
Same here. 5'11".
Yeah. 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 I said it
We're
205.
two different styles, bro. That's what that I want to say I'm bro or bro science or however you want to classify it as. But
Mm.
I'm self-taught everything. I've had advice from you. I take advice. I take advice from everything. But the way I see it in my first bodybuilding show, going into that, it was like the way I picture it is if you're going to do something to that magnitude or that level, do it yourself. Go full bore. But if you want to do it professionally or like really get into it, then yeah, get the coach, get the dietitian,
I don't know,
get the
man.
help.
I really think now there's more merit in just creating your own opinions by doing it yourself through trial and error than there is in hiring a coach anymore.
Well, that again, if you do, I love coaching. I love the coaching aspect. I love the personal
I'm
training
a
aspect.
coach. Like I'm a coach. I know
Exactly.
this. But I think when you already like you can't teach hard work. And if you have the
No.
hard work and the diligence, then there's 95% of it you can figure out. Maybe the extra five, you can have a helping hand. I will tell you that I think a lot of people get into bad habits with some of the old school coaches.
Because now we're about to be in 2026, my brother. We're about to be in 2026, the age of like the internet times two. Like we have information like that.
Well, it's just like to talk like today. I was telling you I was talking to one of the top WNBF pros, and he was giving me just like this is what everybody does,
And what did you say? It was basic advice.
and it but to the readiness of that information, how fast I got that information was fucking bananas.
That's the best thing about it. When you do it yourself, you know what I mean? Like take it away from you. Like you stepped on stage yourself. You went to the gym yourself. You made the plans yourself. You made the meals yourself. And that's just my first thing with doing like the show your first time. That's what I recommend to everybody is if you're going to do a show for the first time, go
Just do
balls to
it.
the see where you can do it at your own level. See where you can get by yourself. And if you really love it enough to step on stage, I work full time. I'm not going to make excuses, but they kind of sound like excuses in a way because everybody's got work, everybody's got kids, and nowadays and stuff like that, you can make it work. But I see myself as a competitive bodybuilder because it is another
See,
full
I
time
want to
job in
be. I
itself.
want to be. I want to.
You, bro, that you absolutely, you're on your way. You're a competitive bodybuilder. What are you talking about? You are now.
Yeah,
You are
I'm
now.
just, you know how it is. Like I'm one of the small, like my gym has a lot of national guys, and they love me and they're great and they're wonderful. But I'm like, fuck. Like if I want to be competitive, I need to put on like 25 pounds.
What are we doing, baby? You got to
But
eat,
also,
brother.
like now that I understand the way things work to a deeper degree, and it's funny. My wife says all the time. She's like, "Why don't you just fucking prep yourself?" I don't understand why you don't prep
Have
yourself.
you ever prepped yourself? Have you ever done anything
Ooh.
doing this
Mm,
for? I know you've been
no.
doing it for more than what?
I've dieted down myself to like super, super lean. Like when we went to Disney World, I got striated glutes for shigs.
That's the thing. Like you have like that's your version of the
Well,
cycle ring,
when
bro.
we went, I always do this right before a trip, is I'll diet super hard, like a prep, and I'll try shit out. Like when we went to Washington, I dieted real, real hard because I hate when I take photos and my face is big. I I can't. Like when your cheeks get puffy? I hate
I
that.
live in the puppy cheek life, dude. I
No,
love
your
it.
face looks great. I was actually just thinking that. I was like, how does he keep like his face looking good? Like
Well,
my face turns into a fucking balloon.
that's what like a lot of people have said to me. Like, you got great genetics, bro. Your genetics are top level, and yeah, maybe. But at the same time, I also bust my ass.
They also said the same shit to me.
Like, I think it's people that say that are not jealous, but they just don't want to work as hard.
You know who? Do you remember this guy? Do you remember Gerard Martin?
No,
Oh, he
Gerard
was
Martin.
he was a big pro by us. He was
Yep.
sponsored by Muscle Tech and the whole thing. when I saw him at like 17 years old, that's what inspired me to want to bodybuild because I saw him pose and I was like, what the fuck
At
is that?
17?
Yeah. And I remember being like, I was going to the gym with my dad because I was fat. I was a fat kid and I was living on Wendy's triples and pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember seeing Gerard and I remember being like, whatever I gotta fucking do. I don't give a shit.
And it's
And
those moments,
he trained like a fucking savage because he was a powerlifter bodybuilder.
power building. Power
Yeah.
building. Yeah,
I
dude.
remember he stopped competing because he would do Romanian deadlifts like fucking 6, 7 plates and he tore both hamstrings.
Can't even imagine. Like, I would be so pissed to hurt myself in the gym.
I've done it many times.
Oh, I couldn't even imagine, dude. Couldn't even
When I
imagine.
was when I was powerlifting, I tore both hamstring. No, in preps, 2 preps, I've torn hamstrings deadlifting. Never powerlifting. Actually the feeling of when you tear a hamstring, I can feel it. It's there. Yeah.
I feel the same way, like, with the ACL things, like, I can still, like, if I close my eyes hard enough, I can feel it. So, like, I understand that
Yeah. I
level.
know exactly how it
The
feels. I know
debilitating
exactly what it's
pain,
like.
dude. I'll never forget when I tore my, my second ACL, my first thought was, "God damn it, I can't go to the gym. Like, it's done." It's like I can't go to
Oh,
the
I
gym
still
for the
go.
longest time.
Dude, when I tore my pec, my left arm was
No.
purple from the hemorrhaging, and I still was doing bicep curls.
But that I kind of understandable.
I bought an SSB bar, a safety squat bar, and I was at determined, and I did 10 sets of 10 with the SB bar. And I remember everybody was like, "How are you squatting with a torn pec?" And I looked at him, I was like, "It's not like it can't be any more torn."
Yeah, like, what and it's legs. I'm doing legs. I'm doing
Yeah,
legs.
and they were
It
like,
makes sense up here.
"What the fuck is, dude?" I tore my pec, and they were like, "You just got to see an orthoscopic surgeon." I was like, "Good." And I went to triage and the whole bit, and I got out of the hospital early enough to where I still made it to my clients in the sling.
Dedication, baby. That's a level again, psycho room. That's a level of dedication. You went to it and you still
Dude,
made it happen.
I want to go back to Poughkeepsie just to train with you.
When was the last time you been to Determined?
I haven't.
You
Not since like 2016, 17, maybe.
dude, it is so
I know the
awesome
owner
now.
texts me all the time of
The
like
gym,
what stuff to buy.
bro,
He's
it's
always texting
so good.
me. And he's like, "What do you think of this machine? What do you like about this?" Da, da, da.
Tell him
I'll
yes.
send him a video.
Tell him yes to everything. Tell him yes to all of it.
He sends me pictures and videos, and I'll be like, "Oh," and then I'll send him pictures and videos, or he'll watch
Yes
my
to all of
videos.
it, dude.
He'll watch my videos of like me training on something, and he's like, "How do you like that machine?"
Would you call it a pendulum squat that you use where you're sitting down? Or is that a leg
Sitting
press?
down.
It's like
The Rogers hip press.
maybe
Yeah,
it looks like a
that
leg
dude.
press, but
The
it's like
hammer strength one. The hammer strength one. I built like when I started training legs properly, and I got away from squatting. Those built my legs. Yeah,
I noticed like with squats, they didn't build my legs as much. They did, but I got a lot of power out of squats. Like pendulum squat, the machine, like new one that we got not too long ago at Determined. It's like a plate loaded, goes over the shoulders here, and there's like a platform at the
yeah.
bottom. I don't know. I don't know what to call that. I don't know the correct
Yeah,
term
no,
for it.
it's the Rogers free squat. Yeah.
Yeah, that built my leg. Like anything that was like machine built my legs a lot more than
So
squats did.
I was the squatter. Like I'd squatted 600 pounds before raw. I'd squatted fucking 315 for 20. I squatted two on a bet. I squatted 255 for one set of 50. I still have the video. And I remember being like, and then COVID happened, and I remember being like super frustrated with my legs because they still didn't look good. And I was like, I don't fucking understand. Like, I do the
The
thing.
strength and the power was there, but like right, you didn't have the tree trunks that you should have had squatting 600 pounds.
So these guys came, we were all trained together, and because it was COVID, and it was like Fight Club out here where they would just call you,
Oh,
and the gym
I'm
would have
sure.
tarp on the windows, and we would go in.
That's
Yeah,
amazing, dude.
yeah.
That's
yeah.
amazing.
You would walk in civilian clothes. You could walk in civilian clothes, change, and
Everything
no
was shut
music.
down, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no music? So just the weights clanking around.
Yeah.
Whoa, people
Yeah.
running.
Yeah.
See, that's music to my ears. Now, like,
Dude.
as I get
And
older
like,
into my
so people would
training,
text me because and people like they would be like, "Hey, for $5 you could train here," or "Hey, for $10 you can train here," or "Hey, whatever." I would get calls at night, and they'd be like, "Hey, such and such gym said you can come by at 11 p.m. or such and such gym said you can come by tomorrow at noon." So I had this group chat going with a bunch of guys, and we would all show up. And
yeah.
so these guys were national competitors, and they all came to me like, "Dude, you have such long femurs. The day you stop barbell squatting is the day you'll get legs."
Have you noticed a big difference?
Dude, it was like within 6 months, legs became my best body part.
Now, do you still squat? Do you still barbell squat?
Never.
Just out the window?
I was really good at them, even deadlifts. I was really good deadlifter. Fucking great deadlifter. Uh,
Oh, I've seen some videos, dude.
and then when
Repping out heavy plates.
I had at least 4 people who are national competitors. They're like, "Dude, you gotta stop. You're gonna just tear some shit."
Really?
Yeah. They're like, "You don't need to. It's all about lats." They're like, "Do you do
Competing in a
RDLs?"
sense. Yeah.
They do RDLs slow and control, but you don't need to like conventional deadlifts.
Oh, but I love it though. I love it.
I do too. I do too. I did,
No better feeling than ripping heavy weight off the ground.
my best was like 5 plates per 13 and 6 plates per 6. And like, yeah.
Yes. I don't think I've ever actually set out like a rep yet, but I know I can get 5 plates, 6 plates for a couple. Like that's about it. I've never actually set the journey. I'm just in the mode of lifting it up once and then doing smaller sets for smaller weights.
Yeah.
I just like the feeling of it.
Well, I did my last prep, my prep in 2022. I started deadlifting again. And the first day I did it, it was 455 for like a set of 12. And on the second set, left hamstring torn. Like a tweak, like a tweak. Like,
I tweak, yeah. What was
and
the
I was like,
expression?
motherfucker.
If it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all.
Yes. So, but I might come back to them with some slow RDLs just to build up the erectors.
I I love RDLs, and another variation is suitcase deadlifts that I've been doing a lot.
Oh, yeah, Dave Avila used to make me do those
Love
all the time.
I a lot of like I don't really train core, really train abs a lot. I do
Mhm.
abs when I do my compound movements in a way
And do
because
some GHR sit-ups. That's all you need.
those.
Well, you know the glute hamstring raise? Do sit-ups on that. That's it. That's fucking gnarly.
I'll definitely add that because, like I said, the only time I really ever trained abs is when I do suitcase deadlifts, and I don't
Dude,
go
you're
heavy on
inspiring me to
those.
like bulk now hard. You are.
Please, please, dude, I need to see Vince at 250.
Maybe to just get like fucking outrageously strong. I
That's
feel like
where
people don't believe that I used to be strong now and here in Texas. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't see me before. They're like, guys, I did all that shit.
like you've been there, done that, but now I feel like the revitalized version.
Well, it was funny because it was like some I have old videos at Determined and old videos at like Gold's Gym and old videos at IXL and Rhinebeck. I was doing some crazy shit. And I was like, dude, like, what the fuck was wrong with me?
And was your diet like? Were you eating more?
No, I was working with John Anderson to talk about this. John Anderson, he's a professional powerlifter and strongman who doesn't believe in eating carbs. And so this was the diet. This is the diet. I was dating a chef at the time, and she would make me everything. Anything and anything I wanted, she would just make me. And so I was eating 5 jumbo eggs in the morning. 2 hours later, half a pound. So it was 7 meals a day, 10 jumbo eggs a day, a
Wait a
carton of egg
minute,
whites a day, two
7?
pounds, 2 pounds of cooked chicken thighs every day, and a pound of cooked steak every day. And then at the peak, we were adding almond butter to each meal. And then on the weekends, I would eat a 16-ounce ribeye.
Oh my, that sounds like a dream, dude. But
Dude, if
no,
I send you the video, it's just so much meat. And do you know, just do you still work with Steve Kane?
Steve King. No, no, I haven't worked with. That's
So
big.
he was my butcher back in the day, and he used to fucking like hook me up or give me a good deal or whatever. Because
Hook
he
it
was like,
up.
dude, he's like, how much fucking meat are you eating? And I was like,
No
and,
carbs. No
and I did
carbs.
zero.
Like again, I'm not a dietitian, and I just know what works for me. Don't you
You
kind of?
gotta remember, I was like, I saw this guy who looked incredible, and I was like, I'm just gonna pay him and listen to everything he says. And
Don't you need carbs though?
your body will make the carbs from gluconeogenesis from the protein. Because the
This
protein
is
was
where
like
we
six,
gotta
700.
start talking a lot more.
The
Is the
the the
science?
the because if you overconsume protein, it's an expensive process. But I was eating like 600, 700 grams of protein a day. So essentially I was just making super expensive carbs.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Because like down the road,
Yeah. It
started
was
to eat big, dude.
dude, it was a lot cheaper then. I remember that.
Dude, I'm still a butcher. I'm still a butcher, and the prices of meat have, and they're not gonna go down like
Well,
for
that's the
2 or 3
thing. And
years.
like that's why like I just learned like Jam's like, dude, just go down to 200 grams of protein a day.
That's what
Just
I do. I do maintenance
he's
level.
like
I do
he's
about
like just go
240.
down 200 grams of protein a day, 1 to 1.2. He's like that's really all you can use, and he's like you burn through so much glucose because like my fasted blood glucose is like 53, 54, which is low.
You
Um,
actually like do the levels check, don't you?
oh, that's how I dictate my food.
You actually do the blood check
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
blood level.
So what I do is 2 hours after eating, I'll check it, and if it's really low, also incrementally increase my carbohydrates.
That's like you don't have diabetes or anything like that, right? You just
No,
check it.
no, no. I'm the opposite. Everything opposite of diabetes.
You just well, you just check it, right? To be
Well, it's a good way to gauge how many carbohydrates you're like. How are you assimilating carbohydrates?
see now. I think I would be at a
The
different
problem with
level.
it though, the problem with it though is that it gets skewed with hydration. So if you're dehydrated, it'll be artificially high.
Yep.
And then if you're stressed, it'll be artificially high. So I don't like using it anymore because I'm like if you're stressed throughout the day, it's gonna be skyrocketed and you're gonna be like, well, like I'm in a calorie deficit, I don't understand. And
How
it
did
just
this
adds
happen?
stress. It's just added stress you don't need. The only time I can see ever using something like that is if you're using insulin, but I don't believe in that shit either. I don't. I think it's super dangerous and it's just
You could like
it
mess up your levels pretty quickly with that, right? Like putting
you can
more
you can
in
go to a coma. If you don't eat enough, you can go to a coma.
like that, right?
Yeah.
See, I guess that's what it takes to be at the top,
No,
right? Is that what
no.
it
I
takes?
know a lot of guys at the top
Is that
who
what
don't
it
do any of
takes?
that shit.
Right? Like
We're
I think
just
it all kind of
it's
bases,
fucking basic. It's basic bullshit. And like they'll tell
yeah.
you, they're like, listen, guy, either you have it or you don't.
And that's again what I was going to is like it might vary from person to person, right? In a sense of like what it takes to be at the top.
Well, you gotta remember, like, people who are genetic outliers, like, you know. You know. Like Ronnie Coleman's the best example, and the only example I like using is he was a pro, like naturally, and qualified for the Olympia. He got last place, but
But still, to be natural,
coaching
but
himself. Do you know anybody going to the Olympia coaching themselves with no
no,
experience
while working a full-time job?
and didn't even know what gear was?
No, he just
He didn't
trained
even
and
know
ate.
what it was. Like fucking I think it was Flex Wheeler who was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, like what cycle? What's that? Yeah, I don't have a bike.
Yeah,
I don't know what
yeah,
you're talking about.
yeah,
Cycles?
yeah. And that's the thing. And then a year later he's Mr. Olympia. Like and like if you I met him in Poughkeepsie, honestly, and I shook his hand and I understood immediately. I was like,
Why is that?
"Oh, you're just made better. You're just his hands were so big. and he was so fucking strong. Like, you
But
know, when you
wasn't
get,
isn't he our height? He was 5'11 at
dude,
his.
his hands were like fucking steel gloves.
Sure, dude. I'm sure they
I
were.
was like, yeah, like some people just like are just made better. Like it's the same thing with the NBA. You don't see people bitching like being 5'2", bitching that they're not in the NBA, and it's like, yeah, you're just not made for it.
No, yeah, I'm sorry. There was only one guy, Muggsy Bogues. Again, there's those few in a million that can do what
Yes,
they do. I mean, Lee Priest, how tall was he?
dude, I shot the shit with it. So my old training partner, who got me back into bodybuilding when I moved to Texas,
Yep.
used to because Lee Priest used to live here. Trained with Lee Priest, and then Lee Priest sat down with me on Zoom and talked it up with me for
No
2 hours. Yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah, yeah. My tattoo was in the same parlor that Lee Priest got his tattoos.
No way, dude.
Dude, he's fucking great to talk to.
Oh, I'm
He's
sure. He seems like a
dude,
genuine
it's
human
so
being.
like again, talk about simple.
Yeah.
Talk about simple. He
Well,
was like,
I seen something on him the other day. He was talking about like the gear and the cycles they were doing. He was like, at my best, he was barely taking anything.
but here's the thing, you knew because
Yeah,
at 19 years old, he was going pro.
yeah, and like that's not chicken and rice, my guy. Like you could just know as well.
Like, yeah, like you can eat the best diet on the God-given planet. But he also understood like he would get fat in the off season. He just wouldn't take anything. But he would get fat in the off season because he knew that if he lifted heavy weight, it would maintain the tissue you already had.
Yeah, like it equaled out. The heavier you are, the heavier you're able to lift, in a sense. Correct?
Dude, mass moves mass. And essentially you can't build matter without matter.
No. So that's why I'm very happy to.
Well, like everybody's got this whole thing now where like, oh, you don't need to be in a calorie surplus to build muscle. And I go, in the study, they use untrained people who have never lifted a weight in their life. Like they're in a calorie surplus with just their body fat, of course. But if you are a trained individual in your body, like if you've been training for any length of time and you want to put on more muscle mass, you need an energy surplus to create that stimulus.
Like that to me is basic level stuff. The
Well,
more
show me someone who gained muscle in a calorie deficit.
I don't
I
think
tried it. I've been trying it for 5 years, Mike. It didn't work. I'm the same
trial and
size as I
error,
was 3 years ago.
trial and error, living proof.
Well, listen, dude, I have to get on here. I got to get off of here because it's a little too late, and we're going to Delaware tomorrow.
We're
Dude,
gonna
I'm gonna have you take down my number. I want to do more episodes with you because this is probably the most fun I've had doing this as of yet.
Dude, I love that because I was telling my girl I'm at her house right now. And she's making a beautiful dinner, all good stuff, vegetables,
Fuck.
sausage, the whole nine. And like you said about happiness, like you get a good headspace, you're able to train better, you're able to live better, think better. But we're gonna talk more. We're gonna talk plenty more. I'm excited, man.
Dude, I'm so glad that you gave me the time to do this. We got to do this. We have to do more
I do all the
episodes.
time. All I got is time. All we have as human beings is
You
time,
know, do you
brother.
know the title of this podcast?
What is it?
Barbells and Bad Decisions.
Barbells and bad decisions. Yes, dude. Yes. Yes. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me on, brother. We're gonna exchange
Hey,
numbers, the
dude, we
whole
gotta
nine.
we gotta we gotta stay in contact, all right?
Come to determine. Come to determine.
I will.
Come train with me,
Tell
man.
Jim. You tell Jim that
Wait,
I'll
where
be
in
there.
where in Texas are you? We'll talk. We'll talk because my
I'm
sister
in
lives down in Texas.
Jarrell.
Well, is it close to Houston?
It's close to Austin.
I'll make the drive when I come down to visit my sister. I'll come visit you.
I'd do it. I would. I would love that, dude. All
All
right,
right.
I'll talk to you later.
Be well, man. Take care.
Peace.